Today, we're going to be checking out an overdrive that is not talked about enough, the Maxon St9 Pro Plus. Did my best to go full Cannibal Corpse there with my RIP Star Destroyer in red, star-shaped guitar with a Floyd on it, and of course the Fishman Fluence modern pickups going into my dual rectifier Rev G with the Maxon on it, because of course that is, other than using a Star Destroyer, that you use a star-shaped guitar, that is the Cannibal Corpse rig. And because Cannibal Corpse have, used these for a long time, that's what's had me interested in one of these Maxon pedals. But I never picked them one up for a while because they're kind of hard to source in America for some reason. But then I found a great deal on one from a Japanese seller, and I got it sent over here, and the thing rules. I was absolutely floored by it. I love it. It's just brutal, and I can 100% see why Cannibal Corpse like to use these. I think the reason they're not talked about as much or used as much or known as much is because they are a little bit hard to source over here, which is weird to me. Everyone loves the Maxon OD 808, but I feel like this should be the gold standard everyone goes to for regular overdrives. This thing is like that. It has, all the same controls with the tone, the volume, the level control, and the gain. Then you also have a dedicated mid control, so you can dial in just how much of that mid-range you're really boosting to really kind of dial it in for each amp, because some amps are more mid-heavy and then you get that honk or nasalness, or it's too much pick attack. You can't really dial it in. This lets you really dial this thing in for the amp you're using. Plus you can run it at 9 or 18 volts, which is great if compression is a concern for you, which, it's not a huge deal for me. You're not really going to hear much of a difference, which is why I don't even mess with it. But I do keep it at 18 volts because I am smacking the thing with really hot, high output pickups. So if I can get any extra headroom out of it, I'm gonna, just for how it feels to play. And then it also has a switch on there to go from a classic mode, which is like the classic low end, to have like a bass like boost. So you can have this thing be a lot fuller, which also, because you're adding so much low end, it's also increasing the overall volume it's pushing, and it just rips. The thing is awesome, as you were able to hear. Like, it really got that Cannibal Corpse death metal thing with my dual rack. So that's enough gushing about all the features. Let's actually just kind of mess around with it. So like I said, I'm going to be plugging into this with my RIP Star Destroyer, which does have a Fishman Fluence Modern in the bridge, and I have that just permanently set to the Modern Voice 1, which is the more active, tight cutting voicing. That's going to be going directly into the Maxon, which is then going to be going into my dual rectifier Rev G. Again, very Cannibal Corpse, so we can hear how that kind of tighten things up and, you know, adds that extra kind of mid-range cut and overall mid-range to an amp that's pretty scooped. And then that's all going to be going into my Two Notes Captor X, which has a DV77 and VM1265 speaker IR blend, although it's mostly a DV77, just with a sprinkle, a pinch of VM1265. And then to hear this thing actually as an overdrive too, not just as a boost, we'll be having this go into the clean channel of my Friedman BE50 Deluxe, going into the same IR and Captor X. But with that one, I actually wanted to switch up guitars, so I'm going to be playing with my LTD, which has a set of Mxon pickups in it, and I'm going to be playing on his lower output, more paffy kind of voicing, just so you can get a proper idea of how it sounds as an overdrive. So let's check out all of the out-of-mix stuff and turn some knobs. So do you see why now Cannibal Corpse like to use these? Because I definitely do. Some people, you might know, they used for a while Metal Zones actually as their boost, and they did that because of that powerful mid-range control on that. But I think they switched to this not only because it sounds just great, but also it does have a powerful mid-range control on it, and it just pairs super well with that dual rack. I mean, absolutely just turn that thing into a monster. I am going to have some links down below. I'm going to try and see if I can find that Japanese seller I got this from, but it's been a while now since I snagged this. This has kind of been on the back burner while I've been doing other videos. But if not, I'll still have some links up so you guys can check it out. And speaking of links, I've mentioned before on the channel, I am a Sweetwater affiliate. I don't really get paid to make these videos. I actually spend a lot of my own money to buy gear and to do this kind of stuff. So if you love what I do on the channel, you want to support me, easiest way to do that is to click on my Sweetwater affiliate link I got down below. Pick up something cool for yourself. It's Sweetwater, doesn't cost you anything extra, and I get a little bit of a percentage. So it's a really good way to support the channel. But thank you guys so much for watching as always, and stay metal.